What you love and wear, clothing declutter. This method is a great method to follow when decluttering your clothes if you want to truly know what you love and wear. If you want the majority of your closet to be items you love and wear, let's declutter. This method is actually a method I came up with. It could be out there, but I haven't personally read about it or seen it anywhere, so I created it. Make sure to grab the What You Love and Wear clothing declutter checklist that goes along with this video. It also has clothing declutter questions you can ask yourself to help you declutter your closet. It's linked in the comments and the description below. This clothing decluttering method is great for helping you discover what you truly love and wear. It's awesome for helping your closet be mostly items that you love, that you wear, that fit you, and that are right for the season you're in right now. It's also awesome if you tend to struggle with decision fatigue or wondering whether you should keep an item or not when you're decluttering clothes, because it helps you to really see what you use, what you wear, and it just takes you through the steps in a little bit different way than a lot of decluttering methods use. Try to remember as you're decluttering, the goal is to have the majority of your clothes be items you love, wear, and fit the season of life you're in right now. I'm pregnant with our second baby. I'm in the 3rd trimester, so I'll be decluttering a lot of my clothes with you as well, because I really want to simplify and make sure that the majority of the clothes I own, I love, wear, and fit the season of life I'm in right now, as well as for postpartum and beyond. Also, I might be getting rid of one of these closets, not sure which one yet, because the baby is going to be room sharing with us for at least the first year. So I need to make sure we have enough room in here for that. Clothes you wear all the time or regularly. You're going to start by taking all the clothes out of your wardrobe that you wear all the time or regularly in all the different categories. So from t-shirts to dresses, jeans to coats. You can include pajamas and robes if you'd like, but we're not going to be including underwear, bras, undergarments, lingerie, socks, items like that. And you're not going to worry about whether you love an item yet, just do you wear it all the time or regularly. Take a look at the items you pulled out of your closet. It's a really interesting visual representation of what you wear all the time or regularly. It might be more than you expected, it might be less than you expected. Either way is fine, but it can be really powerful. It will vary a little bit depending on the weather where you live at the moment. For example, I wouldn't have my puffer jacket or other warmer jacket in the all the time or regularly if it weren't winter in San Diego right now. Also, it depends a little bit on your season of life. For example, I'm pregnant right now, so it does vary a little bit what items I have in my all the time or regularly. But in general, it gives you a really good representation of what you wear all the time or regularly. If you're interested to know how many items you have at each step in the decluttering process, you could count the items. It's just for fun though. It doesn't matter what that number comes to, but it can be nice to know. 25 items, including the 2 items I'm wearing. Now you're going to ask yourself some of the decluttering questions for the items you wear all the time or regularly. You already know you wear these items. These are the other decluttering questions to ask yourself. Do I love it? Do I feel good in it? Is it stained, damaged, or worn out? Does it fit the season of life I'm in right now? Does it fit the size I am right now? If an item is stained or needs to be repaired, be honest with yourself and ask yourself if you're actually going to try to get that stain out, get it repaired, or repair it in the next week or so. If not, in general, it's time to let go of that item and recycle it if it's recyclable. This item is stained. I've already tried to get the stains out multiple times and they just haven't come out, so I think it's time to recycle this. This is an item that I just don't love anymore. This is another stained item that I've tried multiple times to get the stains out and they haven't come out yet. So it's time to recycle, unfortunately, but at least I've worn it a lot. This is an item that I just don't feel that good in anymore, and it also doesn't fit that well at the moment. I'm pregnant, but even in general, it's not really the best fit anymore. Another good decluttering question to ask yourself is, would I buy this item again if I didn't already own it, or would I rebuy this item? This outfit is a great example of something I would rebuy because I already own this sweater in another color because it is so cozy and soft and comfortable. It feels like Barefoot Dreams, but at a much better price. And it's also a good length with leggings. These Spanx faux leather leggings are another great example of something that I would rebuy because I've bought them in different sizes, and I have the maternity version, which is awesome for pregnancy because I wear Spanx faux leather leggings all the time when pregnant or not. This jacket is looking worn out. I probably should have gotten rid of this at least a year before now because it was looking worn last winter. This would be a good example of something that I would rebuy. I maybe would get it in a different color, but it's so warm and cozy and comfortable that I've just kept wearing it even though it's worn out, but I think it's time. This is what I'm decluttering from the items I wear all the time or regularly. For an item that's in good condition, I will sell or donate the item. If it's not in good enough condition, I will recycle it if it's recyclable. Clothes you wore in the last year. Since this rail has 2 levels, I'm going to transfer the items I already went through to the bottom level, but you could also just squish all the items together. Now you're going to pull all the items out of your closet that you wore in the last year. It could be 6 months to a year. Try not to go too much over 1 year though. Take a look at the visual representation of the clothes you've worn in the past year. When you see the clothes you've worn in the past year, along with the items you wear all the time and regularly, it's super powerful just to see how much of your wardrobe you typically wear, or at least you've worn this past year. Now you're going to ask yourself some of the decluttering questions with the clothes that you've worn in the past year. This is one I would say I don't love anymore. It's not quite as comfortable as I want anymore. Plus the matching top got stained, so I'm going to get rid of these. This t-shirt was great for a while and I did wear it, but I now have a white t-shirt that I love a lot more, and that's why I got the new white t-shirt, because I was looking for one to be really versatile. This is another one that I just don't love anymore. It's cute and I really thought it was gonna be great, but it just didn't work out that way. This is one that I still love and have loved for a long time, but unfortunately it is just starting to look really old and worn. You might not be able to see it from afar as much, but it's really getting pilled and worn looking. This is one I really loved and got a lot of use out of, but I just don't feel the same way anymore, so it's time for someone else to be able to get good use out of it. These are some of the items I decluttered that I wore in the past year. It's okay if you don't declutter that many items in the first 2 categories because they are items that you're wearing regularly or wore in the past year. These clothes that are here are what should make up the majority of your wardrobe because they're the items that you love and that you're wearing. Now, the rest of the items that are currently in your closet or in your drawers, those items you should really look carefully at and ask those decluttering questions with, because those are the items that you haven't worn in the past year. You haven't been wearing them regularly, so that's a big red flag, and there's no point in keeping a bunch of extra clothes in your closet that you're not currently wearing, especially when someone else could be wearing them. At this point, you already have out the majority of clothes you love and wear at this season in your life. It's a really interesting visual representation. It can be surprising or even shocking at how little or even how much of your wardrobe you wear. You might be pleasantly surprised, or maybe not so much. But either way, there's no shame. It is all about being guilt-free in this because you want to be doing this for you. You want to be wearing the majority of your closet so that it makes it easier for you to get dressed, so that you can enjoy it more, so that you don't feel guilty seeing certain items in your closet that you don't love anymore, or you don't wear, or don't fit you. Items you love and really want to wear in the next year. Now you're going to pull out any items in your closet that you really love and really want to wear in the next year. Now you didn't wear any of these items in the past year, so that's already an indication that you might not wear them in the next year, even though you really love them. So hopefully there won't be too many items in this category. So be really, really specific. Ask yourself those questions, and are you actually going to wear this? Does it fit you now? So right now we're just pulling out items that fit you, and I want you to place these items in a different place than the other items you already did in the first two categories. So I pulled out a few items I love and really want to wear in the next year. I think it's likely I will wear them in the next year. So this is okay, there's not that many items, so I'm going to stick with that. But the reason I want you to place them in a separate place is you will go through them again just to double check that you do truly, really want these items. If you're in a season of life where your size changes quite a bit, or your weight fluctuates a lot, or maybe you're pregnant or postpartum, it can be really useful to have a maybe section of your closet or a maybe bin. I would recommend a maybe bin just so that you don't have to see those clothes in your closet all the time, but you can still access them. So basically you're going to place any clothes that you love and really want to wear again, but don't fit you right now. But it's pretty realistic you will be able to wear them again. Maybe they're a smaller size or a bigger size. Again, don't feel bad if you don't ever wear these again, but just be really honest with yourself if you actually want to wear them again. If you were at that size, would you actually want to wear them, or would you want to buy something new? And try not to have it be too many items. There we go. That's what I pulled out to put in my maybe bin. There's enough room in the maybe bin for sure to fit those, and I pulled out more than I would normally put in a maybe bin just because I'll be in that postpartum stage soon. Clothes that are stained, damaged, or worn out. These are the clothes that I want you to pull out of your closet next. These items, though, I encourage you not to keep unless you are going to fix them or get them fixed in the next week. This one's starting to get worn out. This is worn out. This is worn out as well. These are items I'm decluttering that are either worn out because I wore them so much, or they are stained and the stains just didn't come out. Clothes you don't like, don't make you feel good, or just bother you in some sort of way when you see them or wear them. These are clothes to donate or sell if they're in good condition, because someone else might love them, and there's definitely no point keeping them in your closet if they don't make you feel good, or they bother you, or you just don't like them anymore. Maybe items from previous declutters. If you have any items in a maybe bin, maybe section of your closet, or anywhere in your house that were a maybe from a previous declutter, you can typically let go of all of these and have peace of mind about it, because you have a great indication that you didn't go and pull any of these items out or wear them. Clothes that don't fit. By now, most of the clothes that don't fit that are left in your closet are items you can get rid of. So you can either sell them or donate them if they're in good condition. If they're not in good condition, recycle them. Clothes that are uncomfortable. In general, I find I don't wear clothes that are scratchy, itchy, or just plain uncomfortable. I'm not saying there isn't one or two, or maybe even a few items in your closet that you absolutely love, even though they are a little bit uncomfortable. If you love and wear it, keep it, but just make sure that you actually wear it. Clothes you haven't worn in the past year. Now you're going to get rid of clothes that you haven't worn in over a year. You may have already set aside some of your favorite items that you really love and want to wear in the next year, or even some in a maybe bin, and that's fine. Most of the items that are left, though, if not all of them, can go. If they're in good condition, donate or sell. If they're not in good condition, recycle if possible. If you struggle to remember if you've worn an item in the past year or not, a helpful clothing hack for when you're putting your keep items away is turn your hangers around the opposite way. Then when you wear an item, just place the hanger the normal way, and it's a really easy way to see what you've worn and what you haven't. I do recommend doing this at the beginning of a new year or a new season, but you can do it anytime. and make a note in your phone or calendar what date you turned your hangers around. So when you declutter your clothes again next, you can know that you haven't worn an item in that length of time. Each time you declutter your clothes, it's going to help you with future purchases you're more likely to wear, and it'll also help you to wear more of the items that you currently own. All the keep items are put back where they belong. I find decluttering clothes this way to be a lot less emotional. It's really helpful if you tend to overthink things, get overwhelmed easily, or just tend to hang on to more than you maybe need to. I like to use a rail like this when decluttering. I'll link this below, as well as the version I'm planning to get that has a rail on top and hampers on the bottom, which I think is so great for home use and decluttering. For the items in good condition that you want to get rid of, you can either donate all of them or donate some of them and sell some of them. For selling, I like to use ThredUp because it's such an easy way to do it. You just put the items in a box, put the label on it, ship it to them, then they do the rest of the work. They will take the pictures of the items that are listable, list them, and then you make a little bit of money. It's so easy. For clothes that aren't in good enough condition to be sold or donated, I like to recycle them with H&M. This is especially great for items that have a stain or are damaged in some sort of way, but a lot of the fabric is still very usable. Just take them to the store, drop them in the drop box so that they can be recycled. If you really struggle to let go of items, it can be useful to use a maybe bin or even a maybe area in your closet. Try not to keep too many items in the maybe section or bin, because most likely you're not going to use those items again, but this is great for those items that you just aren't sure if you can part with, but you aren't really wearing them and you just can't really let go of them yet. You can test them till the next time you declutter, and if you've not used them since then, you can get rid of them with a little bit more peace of mind. Thanks so much for watching. I really hope this method helped you declutter your clothes. If you aren't already subscribed, I would love if you would subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in my next video.